I am European champion. I'm not just one of the bottle. I think I am the special one. And if you're a football fan, you know that iconic line. And if you are a Chelsea fan, you know it was said by our most iconic, influential managers that we have ever seen. And tomorrow, he's returning home. What is good, guys? Welcome back to Behind the Dugouts for your match preview of Chelsea versus Benfica in the Champions League. And Jose Mourinho's coming home. He will be returning to Stamford Bridge tomorrow night, albeit in the opposition dugout. But look, every time, there's a homecoming for Jose Mourinho, albeit if he's coming back to Chelsea because he had the two stints with us, or be it with the opposition, which has happened on many occasions, the videos always flood out. The memories, we get to, live through it again. And it does make you kind of sad. I miss those times. I miss that era under Jose Mourinho, the players, just what we produced. And we have to, we all would admit that he was the catalyst, the most influential manager to propel us on what has been a mountain of success throughout, the last 20 years of football. But tomorrow, yes, it will be a warm welcome and, fans will be singing his name. Tomorrow he's the opponent and we've got to go for the juggler. We've got to go for everything. And he's coming with a strong Benfica side. He started off pretty well, 2 wins and a draw, not bad showing. And we know what he plays like. We know Jose Mourinho's set up. It's going to be a difficult team to break down. And Benfica were already quite a difficult team to break down anyway. And he's just going to make it even more solid. So we've got our work cut out for us tomorrow. We have come up against Benfica recently in the Club World Cup in that absolute disaster of a football match to watch, spanning about 4 hours with a 2-hour delay. Luckily, we won't be seeing anything like that tomorrow night. Thank goodness, because that was horrendous. But it is going to be a tough night. And to make matters even worse, we've got more bad news with the squad, man. It is not looking good, bro. The squad is just dying everywhere. So Maresca's press conference today, I have to give him some props in, he's admitted his faults in the Brighton and the Man United game. It's good to hear that he's owning up to his mistakes, but it's also not good to hear because you don't want him to be making those kinds of mistakes. So hopefully, yes, he's owned up to it, but now I just need to see the improvement and not to see those mistakes again. And I think he will change again. Like he said, he's a new manager. He's still learning. He's young in the game. It's good that he's taking this and reflecting, and hopefully we won't see these errors from him in the future. But he did give us some more news on the squad. Caicedo is carrying something. Santos is carrying something. João Pedro is carrying an issue, and they all have question marks. There is not 100% guarantee that these players are going to make the fixture tomorrow. Do they want to rub salt in our wounds any more than it is right now? It's an already difficult freaking time to get through this period with some dodgy results, some stinky football, some managerial errors, an injury list that at the moment is going out the door, how long it's getting, and now you've decided to add 3 more potential names to the list. It's bleak, man. It is bleak. But I am going to look at this in a positive outlook, and I'm going to take this as, because he didn't tell me that they're not available, I'm going to think that they are going to be available. We've seen before that they've said Caicedo's, not trained for a whole week and is unlikely, and the next minute he's starting against Fulham. So I'm hoping it is just a precautionary, maybe a bit of mind games. You don't know, but we need some good news. So I'm hoping that all 3 of those players are going to be available for the Benfica game. So with that being said, let's get into the starting 11 of why I think Maresca will pick for tomorrow's game. Right, starting off in goal, obviously it is going to be Robert Sanchez. And at the end of the day, it's the best of the worst. You know what I mean? We've got options in goalkeeper, but he is the best one. And it pains me to say it, but that is just the truth. We won't be seeing Jorgensen, nor do I want to see Jorgensen in goal for Champions League games. Right back, I think because James started in the last one, I believe Maresca's going to go with Gusto again. I see them with the injuries that are mounting up and the games that are coming up. It's just going to be an alternate sort of running with Gusto and James. And I don't see James playing in midfield in this one, being that he pretty much played, well, I think he played the full 90, didn't he, against Brighton. So I don't expect him to be starting from the off for this one. He will come on, I think, in this game, though. So Gusto will be our right back. Left back, another easy pick, Cucurella. Hato has showed some promising signs, but still not enough, nor do I feel that he is ready to start games like this. He did play centre-back against Brighton. I don't think he's going to play centre-back in this one. We know Trevor Chalobah got the red card against Brighton, so he won't be starting against Liverpool, but he is okay to start the Champions League games, being that it's not a domestic competition. So I expect Trevor to maintain his place as a centre-back. And I think for this one, being that we're so light on defenders, we have had one just come back, but he's going to need minutes. And I know he came back and decided he was, a wrestler and was doing some WWE on the pitch, but I think we're going to need to get him some minutes to at least make it semi reasonable for him to start against Liverpool. So I'm going to say Badiashile in the left centre back role. Again, just to give him minutes. So, we have a semi-competent or a player with a bit more experience, because we can't be starting two teenagers at centre-back against Liverpool, at least in my opinion. So, as I said, Benoit Badiashile will get this one. CDMs, pivot roles. Like I said, because Maresca didn't rule them out completely, I'm going to be under the impression that they are available. So, for me, no doubt in my mind, Caicedo has to start. We would be in an even worse position if he was not available for the team. He is just pivotal for everything. And he did have a little bit of a head loss against the Brighton game from the frustration, but there's no argument with anyone. He has to be in the squad if he is fit all the time. Partnering him, I think the best decision right now, I don't think it's going to be Santos. I still think he is a little bit under fire from Maresca, and I don't want to see it go on too long, because young players, they make mistakes, albeit a very costly one he made. He will learn from that and get better. He's still incredibly young. But again, we've had another player return from injury, and when he is fit and when he is on it and injury free, he is a player that makes us tick in a completely different level. I would like, and I'd hope Maresca would use Romeo Lavia to play along Caicedo, and it also adds some more defensive reassurance for the back line, because we're looking liable to mistakes across the board in the back line, so we're going to need that defensive cover. Lavia will be perfect. It's just what Lavia we're going to get. That's the only question. If we can get him some more minutes, he manages to do like 60 minutes against Benfica, could put him in the starting for Liverpool, which would definitely be beneficial considering what we're going to be going into that game with as centre-backs. Cam, I think it's going to be Enzo. We know Maresca sees Enzo more as an attacking, and he has been saying that he is spending more time as an attacking. I wish I could spell correctly. As an attacking outlet, as an attacking forward. So I expect him to retain that. I don't think he'll go with Esteval in the middle for this one, but I do think Esteval's going to start. So for me, Enzo in the cam in the 10. Left wing, it's got to be Neto. An industrial winger. Again, I still put him up there with one of our best wingers. A little bit off the pace against Brighton, but again, a lot of the team have been. But I expect him to play quite a vital role in this one, and when he is on it, he does aid the team. He's got an incredible work rate. I think with him and Cucurella down that left-hand side, it's basically going to lock down that left-hand side, because you've got two complete workhorses working off the ball. Pedro Neto doesn't negate any defensive duties. He is always there supporting his fullback. And going forward, like I said, he's got the speed. He's got, he has got a good finish on him. It's just we need to see more of it going forward. Hopefully this is a game where he can take it by the scruff of the neck and produce, because we're going to need more players now producing, especially we're going to be without Cole Palmer for quite a period of time. Right-hand side, Esteval. I thought he was one of our brighter sparks in that Brighton game, especially in the first half. He was rinsing players, he was nutmegging them, he was giving us that Brazilian flair, that bit of magic that we see from Cole Palmer all the time that just gets you off your seat. And I felt like that was a great confidence boost in a game for him. So it's going to be even better if he can get on and produce the same level against Benfica and just build his confidence even more. Another player that is going to be important through this period without the likes of Cole Palmer, who would normally be our main man for producing that bit of magic up front. Again, taking it that he is going to be fit, it's got to be João Pedro. And I feel sorry for João Pedro in these last few games because all he has done is just been a workhorse and run about, try and create something on his own with no help, no attacking outlets, literally just him, and he's just run ragged. So I'm not surprised that Maresca is saying that he's picked up something because I expected it. To be honest, I expected it in the United game when it was just pissing down with rain, that he was just running all over the shop. I thought he might do something in that game, but he's managed to keep himself fit. Brighton was exactly the same. Red card, he's now back to running non-stop in that game with no support in that second half. It's tough for him. And hopefully, touch wood, we're not getting a red card in this game because God, if I see another red card, 3 games, there's some serious question marks. We need to really be having a sit down with the squad if that's the case. But I'm expecting us all to stay on the pitch. So for me, this would an important game for João Pedro to get back on the scoring sheet because he's seen a few games now, not from his fault because we haven't had much of an attacking outlet in the last few games, but it does play in a striker's mind if they've gone 2, 3, 4 games without scoring. So it's important that he has a good attacking showing, but I'd like to get him on the score sheet in this one. But that's my starting 11. And that's what I think Maresca is going to pick for this game. I'd love to get your thoughts on it. Is there any player in there that you would like to see? Or if you agree with me, pop it in the comments below. Love to have a chat about it. Right, score prediction time. How do I think this game is going to go? Look, it's going to be heavily dependent on the 3 players, if they're not going to be available or not, more so on the Caicedo and João Pedro, and depending on what level Badiashile and Lavia are, if they can start or not. And we know we've not had a good time at the moment, so it is going to be important these players are available. So basing on the players being available, and like I said, this is going to be a tough game, but I do think with this squad, there is enough there and should have enough to get a result against a Benfica team, even one that is coached by José Mourinho. I think the score is going to be 2-1 Chelsea. And no, it's tough to be positive right now and to look at this squad and go, we're going to get a win just because of how we've been playing. But there has to be a turning point, and there will be a turning point at some point that they will get a result and have a good show. And tomorrow, I don't care if we play poorly at this point. We need to get the result. We need to get the result. So I said this against Brighton. No matter what needs to be done, just go out and get the points and beat Benfica. That's all you've got to do. But like I said, it is going to be heavily dependent on what is available because that squad could be dramatically different if there's going to be more players out. But drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think the score prediction is going to be. Now, that is all from me, guys. If you are enjoying the content, please drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you are new around here. But for now, take care of yourselves and I will catch you in the next one.